What we're going to do today is we're going to show you how to make a real quick and easy Christmas ornament for the Christmas tree or decorations on the wall, whatever. But we're going to make it from 10 inches of 1/4 inch square stock. Okay? So we're going to use the coal forge today so that everybody can make one, because not everybody has a gas forge, so we're going to use a coal forge. Besides that, it's quieter. So that's what we're going to do today. I like working in the coal forge, but for production purposes, most times I use a gas forge. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this piece here, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put a taper on one end, a long taper, so that we can put a curlicue in. So let's find the tongs that we're going to use. Just like those right there. Okay, we've got our safety glasses on. Got our piece heating up. First thing we want to do is we want to make our short taper. Okay, we've got a short taper. We're going to heat it back up. We're going to make a long taper. So now we just want to stretch our taper out just a little bit. Nice, even, smooth taper. Okay, we've got a nice, smooth, even taper. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take that taper and we're going to round it up. We're going to start rounding it up by knocking the corners off of it. Start rounding it. You want to round it all the way up. Okay, now if you look, we've got the corners knocked off of it. We've got it rounded up. We're going to round it up just a little bit more and give it more of a point real quick. Okay, round it up just a little bit more and give it a little more of a point. Come down and just knock a little bit more of the corners off there. Make a nice smooth transition from round to square. There you see our point. Not a real sharp point, but a nice point, nice smooth taper, rounded taper with a good transition. Okay. Now when we bring it out this next time, we're going to take it and we're going to just make a little round eye on it to hang it by. Okay, this is going to be the end that it hangs by. So we just want to come out here just like we do our little rat tail scrolls and things. We start at the end and we work our way forward. Now we want a little bigger than normal rat tail. Okay, so we're going to call that good. Got us a little rat tail scroll. We'll stick that back in the fire. So what we're going to do when we bring this out is we're going to take that scroll that we just made and we're going to bend it back at about 45 to center it up. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a pair of modified needle nose pliers. If you don't have a pair of these made yet, you need to make you a pair. You just take a pair of needle nose pliers and you grind the teeth and you grind the corners off so you don't have any sharp corners or any teeth. Makes a real good pair of small scrolling pliers. So what we want to do, you want to come out, just want to grab that right there, you want to pull that back, okay? We just want to center that. See how nice and centered that is? Now we're going to switch to the other end. Now once again, we're going to want a nice long taper on this end as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to start again, we're going to start with a short taper. We always start with a short taper and we get our point and then we work our way back so we can control the taper. Now if you notice over here, I've got a good bit of coke built up over here. I always try to keep a good supply of coke built up because after we get done with this video, I'm going to do another one involving forge welding. So we always want to keep a good pile of coke built up. But you also want green coal, so I'm pulling around from the side and pulling green coal and coked up coal into the fire as we go. There we go. So once again, we're going to start with our short taper. Right at the edge of the anvil. Okay, now we're starting with a longer tape. Okay, we're going to put it back in the fire. These are quick and easy to make. If you've got a gas forge, you can make a lot of them real quick because you can put 3 or 4 in the forge at a time. Continue that taper. Okay, we've got our long taper. Smooth, straight. So just like we did before, we're going to heat it back up and we're going to knock the corners off of it and round it out. So we're going to knock the corners off of it. We're going to start rounding it up. There we go. We got a good grip on it now.
We're not chasing it now. All we're doing is rounding it up real nice. Okay?
Now let's put that back in the fire one more time. We're going to round it up one more time. And then we're going to do the body. And all we're going to do with that square body is we're just going to put some twists in it. And this is the good part about this. This is where you get to play. You can put one twist in it, or you can put a twist one direction and another direction. If you want to get real fancy, you can incise lines down the middle of each side before you twist it. All kinds of twists you can do with it. You get to play here. So first, let's finish getting this.
Now, we pretty much lost our collar, and I don't normally forge in a dark collar, but all I'm doing right now is I'm just knocking the corners off and rounding it out. And I'm happy with it. It's nice and round. So now, like I said, we're going to move on, and we're going to, from here to here, we're going to put twists in. Okay?
So when we heat this up, we want a nice, even heat throughout the piece. Now we want to get our twisting wrench, get everything ready. So I got a piece of 1/4 inch laying over here, so I'm just going to adjust my twisting wrench to fit our piece of 1/4 inch loosely, real close. We're going to set our wrench right here. Okay, so we're going to start at the top.
We're going to come down about 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches. And we're going to hook onto it right here. And we're going to twist clockwise. And there we are. Now, take that off. We have 5/4 turns there if you counted. Okay, 5/4 turns.
So if you look, we have 5/4 turns going that way. So now, we're going to heat it up again. So we're going to come up here.
We're going to come right to the stop of our last twist. Right there. We're going to clamp that. Get it straight. Now we're going to come up here about 1.5 inches, a little more, a little less. Now we're going to go counterclockwise this time. There's 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to take it out of there.
And there's our second twist. So what we're going to do on the end here now is we're just going to play a little bit. We're going to heat that back up. We're going to take this, we're going to come down here.
We're going to put it on the sharp edge here. We're just going to take it and we're going to come down here so that way they match. We're just going to put a couple of dings. Just some little character right there. Just some divots. That's all we want to do is some divots.
Now we're going to take that, we're going to straighten it out, we're going to wire brush it. When I'm doing twists and things, I like to use a leather mallet. Some people like a wood mallet. I've never had a wood mallet, so I don't know. But I like my leather mallet. The ends are replaceable, and that's what I use to straighten twists and things. That way I don't damage the edges of the twist.
So we're just going to come out here, we're going to lay it down here. And straighten that nice and straight. We wire brush it.
We're going to cool it off. And here we have, see if you can see it better, yeah. Here we have an icicle. Got a nice reverse twist in it. Nice point. Nice pigtail to hang it by. Just a nice quick little ornament.